Alrighty. Hi, I'm Chris from Airwindows. It's really late and I'm exhausted, and I have a plugin for you anyway. So I'm going to try to post this and see how well it works. I think I might do it quick and dirty here. Here is what we've got for you today. This is a new plugin called Facet, and it exists because I've been talking about trying to get a distortions plugin together that lets you sort of swap around among all of those different distortions that I do, a lot like monitoring, which became a more accessible version of monitoring style plugins that I do. And since I was trying to do that kind of thing, I wanted to be able to bring a new thing out, but rather than combine it with everything else, I'm thinking this Monday for the live stream, what I'm going to do is ask about, which of these things I can include and which of these things I can skip. Because some of the plugins, like, Pure Storm and stuff, are not strictly distortion plugins, and I'd like to do more flavors of your traditional style distortion. So this is Facet, which is anything but a traditional style distortion. I was going to have a pencil and paper and be able to draw what the hell this is. I don't have any of that ready. Let me just show you. Here's what it does. It acts kind of like a hard clip, to the point where if you put it at full clip, that literally becomes a hard clip. But here's the deal. I can't draw it. Maybe I can draw it on Monday. I'm exhausted. So much has been going on. I struggled trying to get this recording together too. Rather than be a hard clip, it's an angle clip. By that I mean, if you have the full volume be something where the output goes this loud, and if you have the silentest part be almost no volume and full-on clipping like you're hearing right now, halfway gets you an angle. It goes to a corner, but it doesn't just go to a hard clip. Instead, it goes to a corner where the increasing volume is much less, and that sounds like this. So it's a distorty effect, but if the sound kept getting louder, it would continue to turn up to the point where it would overload. It's not really a full clip per se, because it won't get to a point where it just stops. Instead, both the negative and the positive get to a point where it goes into an angle, and the angle gets steeper the quieter it gets, until it's a full clip at the point of silence. So it kind of expands upwards into complete cleanness, and what that does is it throws a weird little artifact into the waveform, but it also allows a peakiness to come through. So consider it as it's called facet because it puts an angle in the sound in such a way where purer signals are going to have a amplitude dependent quirk added to the sound. And that sounds kind of like this, where if we start turning it down, this is already catching peaks to some extent. It doesn't sound that much like it, but it's not like a smooth saturation effect either. So you get this funny overtone to it. I don't know, this is more mad scientist experiments. Full on. And then distort it so much that it's just sheer fuzz to silence. So our range of activity here is pretty wide. But the thing is, as you turn it up, as you turn this facet control up, it's not only raising the threshold point where it hits, but it's also raising the amount of additional peakiness you can get out of it. Like if you put a signal that was like plus 24 dB through that and started raising it to the point where it straightens up, you'll start hitting clipping much sooner, because it's not really a hard clip at all. Anything that isn't just full-on silence, you'd be able to still put peaks through to the output. But I don't know, what can I tell you? Fool around with it, see what it sounds like for you. This is not a normal clipper by any stretch of the imagination, so it's going to sound different than probably anything else you've ever heard, most likely. People might have something like this. This is the Airwindows version of this kind of thing, so there's a lot of sort of clarity to it, but it's a strange little distortion. And yeah, I'm going to post it. I hope I haven't been too tired to have it make some kind of sense in describing it. But and on Monday, I'll talk to anybody who shows up for the live stream as far as which of these things get included into the eventual distortions plugin, which is going to have all of our, like, you know, density and drive and Mojo and the spiral algorithm, which is smoother than the density algorithm, all that kind of stuff in a sort of pick your poison, pick your flavor kind of thing. And this was invented to just tuck into that, because there's going to be a hardness and softness control and other controls much like density and drive for the overall thing. And I wanted to come up with something that was hard clippy, but also had some variation to it. I have nothing further to say about that. I hope you like it. Have fun playing with it. And boop. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.